Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca, and in this week's video, I'll be drawing whatever the heck I want. This is a long-running series on my channel where I just draw what I want. There's not really a theme or challenge I'm trying to stick to, I just draw and chat with all of you. One of the things I will be chatting about is my voice, because a lot of you were commenting about it in this video, and I felt like I wanted to give more of an explanation and clear up assumptions that I saw in the comments. So we are going to start this video with my sketchbook, more specifically the cover of it. I have a bunch of stickers that I've been meaning to add to the cover, and I figured this would be a good time to do so. Plus, I thought you all might like seeing some of the cute stickers. These first batches of stickers I'm adding, I get from the artist Melon Bread. I am a member of their Patreon, and each month you get a pin, sticker sheet, die cut sticker, and a print. All of their stuff is just so adorable and so cute. Plus, considering everything you get it all for a pretty good price. I kind of keep meaning to leave the Patreon and maybe find a different artist to follow because I like having a variety of stickers and stuff from different artists. But like, her stuff is always so cute, and like I said, it's a pretty good price for everything you get, so I kind of just keep sticking with the Patreon. The second batch of stickers I'm adding is from Rin Spirit Art, and she sells these on her online shop. I always love the way Rin draws flowers, so of course I wanted her flower sticker sheet, and these pixelated drinks are too cute. Also, Rin was super sweet and made stickers of my characters Gwendolyn and Pariah just as a special bonus, and I love them so much. When I had gotten these, I had just recently gotten out of the hospital, and they really brightened up my day and meant a lot to me, so thank you so much, Rin. Also, Rin did give me 2 of each sticker, so the second set is going to be kept safe in my sticker collecting book. Also, look at these haiku stickers, they're so cute. Like I said, Rin sells these on her shop, and I'll leave a link to her shop in the description. I totally recommend checking out her stuff. Like, just look at this notebook, it is gorgeous. Her stuff is always really nice quality, and the packaging is super cute. So yeah, totally check it out. Anyways, enough about the cover of my sketchbook. Let's jump into my sketchbook now. A little while back, I had made these random squares on this page. This is something I do when I don't know what I want to draw. I make random shapes and then draw random stuff in the shapes. I never got around to filling in the squares with anything, so I'm doing it now. I'm sticking with a green color scheme for this spread. I chose green because I noticed that for a lot of my other spreads, I hadn't really used green yet. And I like to try to use a variety of colors. Also, just in case you don't know, my sketchbook is an Ohuhu marker pad, and this paper is super cool because you can use alcohol-based markers without the ink showing on the other side of the paper. So you are able to still easily use both sides of the paper. If you want more in-depth info, you can watch this video. I have loved using this sketchbook. The paper is nice and thick, and I love that I can use my alcohol-based markers without feeling like I'm wasting paper. For normal sketchbooks, I would often avoid using alcohol-based markers because I don't like that you can see the ink on the other side, and you often have to find a way to cover it up or draw over it. But with this book, I can use my markers just like any other medium. Alongside the markers, I'm also using green fine liners. I add in the fine liners for refining smaller details, plus the liners get darker in value, so they are a good way for adding contrast. For these spreads, I'm using 3 green markers and 3 green liners that all range in lighter and darker values. When filling in these boxes, I try to go with the first idea that comes to mind when I look at the shape. I try not to overthink things too much, since that's what often makes me get stuck. A lot of times I'll fill the boxes in with things inspired by the color I'm using, so this page has a lot of nature-like elements. I've been in a very Zelda mood recently since the new Zelda game came out, so I drew this scene with a silhouette that kinda looks like Young Link from OOT. For the last box, I just filled it in with some flowers. I'm not sure what flowers they are. I was looking at my calendar on my desk that has a bunch of flowers in it and using it for inspiration. The calendar does tell you what the flower is, but it's written in Japanese, so I cannot read it. But the flowers are very pretty, and I had fun drawing them. I like how much green I ended up using in this box. It's very vibrant and colorful. So like I mentioned in the intro, one of the things we'll be talking about is my voice, because in this video towards the end when I was talking with my husband, many of you noticed a shift in my voice. In case you didn't see that video, I will play the clip for you now.
And they do always somehow push me to do something new or different or just out of my comfort zone a little bit.
Now, to me, my voice didn't sound that different. It still just sounded like me because, like, I hear my voice all the time. However, a lot of you thought I sounded very different and were taken aback a bit by my voice. One of the things I was seeing said was that I changed my voice purposely for YouTube, and I want to say that's not really the case. To talk about this, I kind of want to go back to the beginning of when I started to add voiceover to my videos. Actually, let's go back even further to when I was a child. I remember when I was a kid, there were instances where I remember my mom commenting on what she called my baby voice. I remember answering the phone and it was my speech teacher. I had a hard time saying some words as a kid, so I would take one-on-one speech classes. When I handed the phone to my mom, the conversation went something like this. Was that Becca on the phone? Yes, it was Becca. Oh, it didn't sound like her. Yeah, she tends to use her baby voice on the phone. I also remember that sometimes my mom would have to tell me to speak at my natural pitch. I would be rambling on about something, or maybe I was excited, and my mom would say, Becca, talk in your lower voice. It would always surprise me because I would never notice that I was talking in my higher pitched voice. I also remember as a teenager, I was sitting at a table with a group of girls and my dad was dropping me off. I was replying to him in my natural voice, but then he was walking away and leaving and said goodbye from across the room. And since I had to speak up more, I went into my higher pitch voice. And the girl across from me said, when you talk, sometimes your voice gets lower, but then it also gets really high pitched. I didn't really know how to respond to that, so I kind of just laughed. And so yeah. I know my voice getting higher pitched is a thing I've done my whole life, and it's still something I do very often. I always go into my higher pitched voice when I'm on the phone, talking to people I'm not super familiar with, or if I need to speak up or speak more clearly. My husband calls the voice the I'm being nice to you voice. One of the comments called it my customer service voice, and I feel like that is a very good way of describing it. So we'll kind of circle back around to this topic and how this voice got more integrated with my YouTube videos. But for now, let's talk a bit about what I'm drawing. So like I said, I have been in a Zelda mood because I've been playing a good amount of Echoes of Wisdom. Plus I'm using the color green, and green will forever make me think of Link. So I am drawing Link. Also, don't worry, I will be drawing some fan art for Echoes of Wisdom as well, like I said I wanted to do in last week's video. But I'm going to be doing that digitally because I wanted the freedom that I get with digital art for it. I was kind of basing this drawing off of Skyward Sword Link, but it didn't really end up looking like him. It kind of just looks like a Link, but not really a specific one, which is okay, I guess. To be honest, I'm not super happy with how this drawing turned out. Like, it's okay, but I don't love it. I feel like I'm being more picky because I feel like I didn't do Link justice. He's one of my favorite characters, so when I draw him, I always want to make him look super nice. I do think I could like the drawing if I had access to the liquify tool in real life. I feel like there are just some small things about the proportions that I don't like, and if I could fix them, I would feel better about the drawing. But yeah, it's not the worst Link I've ever drawn, but I feel like I've drawn better. However, I do like how I used the greens. I feel like I was able to add enough contrast and shading, even though my selection was limited. So here's my finished sketchbook spread. I still have a long ways to go before this sketchbook is finished, but I'm always happy when I get to complete a few more pages and get closer to the finish. Keeping a sketchbook is super fun, but it can be tricky to come up with ideas for filling it. Thankfully, Skillshare has a lot of super helpful videos on this topic, and they are the sponsor of this video. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes led by industry experts. With classes covering a wide range of topics like illustration, graphic design, animation, writing, and so many more, Skillshare can help you take your career, skills, hobbies, passions, or side hustles to the next level. Like I said, filling a sketchbook can be hard sometimes, however there are a bunch of helpful classes on the topic. Like this one, Always Drawing, 7 Creative Exercises to Jumpstart Your Sketchbook by Mike Lowry. In this class, author, illustrator, and avid sketchbook keeper Mike Lowry will walk you through one full week of fun and creative drawing exercises that you can do in your sketchbook. These assignments can be repeated anytime you are feeling the dreaded sketchbook block. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So get started today, and thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. One of the reasons this video is a drawing whatever the heck I want video is because I wanted to draw fan art for The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. It's a game that came out recently for Nintendo Switch, and I've been having a lot of fun playing it. The game is in a very chibi type style, and it's so cute. I love Zelda and all of her little outfits. For my illustration, I'm drawing inspiration from this promo picture. I really liked the pose and thought the background was really cool, so I wanted to draw my own interpretation of it. My intention when going into this piece was to keep things more simple and sketchy, but you know how I be. When I go into the rendering phase, I kind of went a bit extra, but I was having fun and enjoying myself, so that's all that matters. For the stylization of Zelda, I'm not drawing her in chibi form, but I'm drawing her with a younger look, something kind of similar to her appearance in the art from the Oracle games. Also, I'm drawing Zelda in the hood outfit like the one in the promo, and for her hood outfit, she wears her hair in a bun, but I really love her high ponytail from her second outfit, so I'm including the ponytail. It's technically inaccurate, but I don't really care, I just love the ponytail. Like I said, my intentions was to keep this drawing more sketchy and loose, so I'm actually going to be using this initial sketch for my finished drawing. Something I've been kind of trying to work on recently is line efficiency, like trying to draw using less lines or more accurate lines when I'm sketching. I'm still learning and have a long ways to go, but it's something I'm trying to work towards, as I feel like it'll be beneficial to my art process. So let's circle back to the voice topic. So like I said, me going into a higher pitched voice is something I have done my whole life, and I do it naturally in my everyday life. It's not something I try to do, it just kind of happens. I was 19 when I started adding voiceovers to my videos. The first video I added voiceover to was this one. In this video, I am speaking with pretty much my natural voice. However, it does sound very monotone. And when I started to add voiceover to my videos, I remember getting comments saying that my voice was very monotone or that I sounded like I'm going to cry. So over time, as I kept adding voiceover and as I got more comfortable, I would try to be a bit more expressive with my voice and try not to be so monotone. And over time, this kind of naturally led to me going into my higher pitched voice, especially when I switched over to scripting my videos. And to be honest, I didn't even notice I was speaking in my higher voice until I started to receive comments on my voice, saying that it's high-pitched or that it's cute. I mostly noticed it when my brother started to tease me for my YouTuber voice. He liked to mock my intro. He would say, "Hello everyone," in a really squeaky voice. And I tried in the past to go back to using my natural voice when recording while reading script, but for some reason I never can. Whenever I try to go into my natural voice, it just sounds like I'm sad or like I don't have much energy. It doesn't sound like my natural way of talking when I try to force it. But I can tell that when I go off script, my voice does kind of lower just a tish. Not everything I say in a video is scripted, and I do go off script, and whenever I go off script, I can tell I sound a bit more natural. But that's why when I was talking with my husband in this video, I easily went into my natural voice because there was no script, and I'm talking with my husband who I'm very comfortable with. And I do wish I could let you hear my natural voice, but like I said, it just feels forced or not natural when I try to use my natural voice while recording. For me, my higher pitched voice is the one that naturally comes out. I'm not really forcing it. It just kind of happens. However, I remembered I was on the phone with my sister while I was recording my sketchbook session, so I went through the footage and tried to find some parts where I'm talking and my sister isn't talking. I learned while going through the footage that my sister talks a lot more during our phone calls than I do, but I always love our long phone calls. So anyways, here's the footage, and since I am just talking to my sister, this is my very natural voice, so be prepared.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but it just kind of looks like the hair is just kind of going behind it. Oh, I could see that. Yeah. I'm recording for a video. I think it's just gonna be a drawing whatever the heck I want, because that's all I feel like I can get done since we got back from vacation, and I kind of like don't have as much time.
So yeah, that's my natural voice. It's a bit lower and a bit more raspy, but I still feel like it sounds like me. I'm actually glad I'm getting to talk about this because I feel like if/when I do live stream, I will be more likely to go into my natural voice once I am comfortable, since it will be a very chill setting with no script. I'll probably talk closer to my natural voice. And I was always scared that me talking in my more natural voice would be like confusing to people, or that people would think that maybe I've been trying to deceive them this whole time. And to put it very clearly, I do not talk in this way to make myself sound cute. It's not a part of my branding. I didn't purposely change my voice for YouTube. It was kind of just a natural progression over time of me trying to make my voice less monotone, more clear, and more lively. And this voice is one that I have used my whole life and still use it in my everyday life. It's kind of just a voice I go into. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about the topic, and I hope it clears things up a little bit. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I had so much fun coloring Zelda. Like I said, I was planning to keep things more simple, but once I started adding shading, I kind of just let myself go. I loved the mixture of the pink lighting and the greenish color lighting. All of the colors are so bright and vivid, and also kind of different colors from my usual, so I was having a ton of fun. While working on this picture, I was really focused, but like in a good way. Sometimes I can be too focused, like in a stressed out kind of way, but this was a focus where I felt like I was just fully wrapped up in the creation process. And I always love that feeling. It doesn't always come around, but when it does, it feels really good. I can always tell when I'm in this headspace because I don't really care about what background noise I have on. A lot of times I listen to YouTube or music while drawing, and I'll switch between videos or I'll skip songs if I'm not really vibing with them. But for this piece, I just turned on a music playlist and never touched it again. I was so focused on the process that I didn't really care what music was playing. Also, my husband and I got back from our trip recently. I'm really happy we decided to go. Even though the blood clot in my leg kind of complicated things a little bit, the trip itself went very smoothly, and we had a lot of fun. The trip also kind of helped me build up my walking strength back up again, and get my energy back a little bit. On the first day, we went to a Japanese food place where the chefs cook the food in front of you, and it was so cool. The chef was super fun and very entertaining. I also got to try their fried rice. I didn't order it because I thought I wouldn't like it, but there was some extra rice, so they let me have it, and it was so good. I don't usually like vegetables or egg, and both of them were in the fried rice. But with the way this rice was prepared, I still thought it was super good. It was kind of magical. The next day we went to a big pumpkin patch farm, and I did have to use the wheelchair a lot here, and I felt bad for my husband because a lot of the paths were tricky to push me on, but we still had a lot of fun. There was a food stall that sells pretzels, and the pretzels were so good. They were so yummy. I want another one. We also got to go on a hayride and see some piggies and some ducks. It was a lot of fun. On the third day, we visited with my husband's grandfather. It was very lovely to see him and update him on life and to see how he was doing. He seemed to be doing well, so we were happy about that. On the last day, we just did some shopping, got some food, and stopped for Cold Stone on the way home. I got mint ice cream with Oreos mixed into it, and I know that's a very basic combo, but I think it's my new favorite. Also, slight update on my leg. It's doing well, and I'm able to walk more and more, and things are definitely improving. I still can't walk for super long, but I am able to do kind of smaller grocery runs with my husband, so that's an improvement. Also, my husband has been so great through all of this, and I don't know what I'd do without him. He's been helping out with chores and doing my laundry. Our laundry machine is in the basement, and our dryer doesn't work the best, so you have to go down to make it run a couple of times. And since that's a lot of stairs and laundry is heavy, he has been assisting me with that. And he's also just been very good emotional support. I'm very lucky to have him. Also, I am improving, but I'm still not fully back into the swing of things for work. Since I am still kind of slow and kind of tired and stuff, it takes most of my work day just to get YouTube video related stuff done. So I haven't been working on like my webcomic at all. So I do apologize. It'll probably be a while until it gets updated again. But yeah, overall I am still improving, so that's good. Also, I wasn't totally sure what colors I wanted to make Zelda's eyes be. A lot of times Zelda has blue eyes, but this chibi version of her has black eyes. I decided to lean into the black, but to make them go with the color scheme, I added in some purples as well as other colors in the highlights. The dark eyes with her blonde hair looks really cute, I think. It's a different look for Zelda, and that's kind of fun. So here's my drawing of Zelda, inspired by Echoes of Wisdom. I did kind of want to talk a bit more about the game in this video, but it still hasn't been out for very long, so I don't want to spoil anything. Maybe I'll talk about it and my impressions of the game in a future video. I hope you enjoyed watching me draw whatever the heck I want. These videos always feel very freeing for me and are a lot of fun, so I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. Before we end, I want to thank my super awesome YouTube members and Patreon patrons for their support. It means so much to me. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!